Blessing Scorpios, this is going to be your reading for April. And specifically, we will kind of be connecting into the frequency of the eclipse, both in March, but mostly we're going to be focusing on the frequencies that you can use to expand or accelerate the frequencies that are coming in for you on the April 8th eclipse. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so you're starting out with the embodiment level of the 8, and I'm feeling a lot of that frequency of no space, no time, that eternal frequency, eternal abundance I'm hearing. And this is in the space of what you're aware of. So this is a frequency that you're holding, that you're aware of. And what just came to me pretty strongly was you're changing your mindset around the frequency of abundance, or your mindset on how you approach or you hold um, abundance consciously, money consciousness. You're getting the 3 with this, and so what I just saw, so the 3 is the architect, is that you're redesigning or you're replanning, you're creating a new structure around your approach to money. So this could look like literally a budget. It could be just clearly how you are, what mindset you're in when you're spending money. It could be looking at belief systems and shifting your idea around those belief systems that are connected to abundance and money. I think that's enough that we could keep going. It'll be interesting to see where this goes. I'm definitely getting this is around specifically money. Okay, so here's a 4. So what's being reflected back to you is the embodiment level of a 4. So you are definitely stepping into a new foundation. You are definitely starting to restructure, enough restructuring that you are starting to really create momentum. So if going back to the money part, if you're in this place where you're kind of restructuring your relationship with money, and that you're focusing on expanding that or mastering that mindset of, let's say, wealth consciousness, as I know a lot of you are in the class of wealth consciousness right now, and you're really starting to step through the avatars and creating that state of consciousness. This would show up as the awareness of that shift, or the awareness of what needs to be restructured, because the 4 is the alchemist. So it's taking coal to gold. And this foundation is kind of creating. So first you created the budget, and now the reflection back to you is showing you what's working with that budget, if you will. Let's see. And I love that the 11 is with this. I'm just going to go super practical with what this is looking like. So you're looking at the belief systems, or you're creating a budget. I'm really hearing for some of you, it's even that kind of old belief system of, I can't accept money for my gifts of healing. Let's just say it's that belief system. And now you're refocusing and you're breaking down that belief system, and you're recreating something new, right? And in that, the intelligence or that source frequency is showing you what is being created when you are in that belief system, and what's possible when you move out of it. And in that, you move into this foundation of the possibilities of, oh, well, my gifts are needed in the world, and that when I receive from my gifts, I can actually give more. And there's a state of consciousness in that, because as you're starting to step in this new foundation to where you're shifting your belief systems into a higher frequency, there's a different state of consciousness that's held there. And that's what I'm getting so far with your reading. So this is super interesting. So I would be saying between now and the April 8th eclipse is maybe looking at the parts of your life that you're still holding on to really old belief systems. And I'm even going to go as far to say is that probably not even your beliefs. They're probably beliefs that are just in the collective, and you just kind of, your radio station tuned in, and then all of a sudden you're believing it too. And just as easy as you tuned into the wrong radio station, you can tune in to the right radio station, and maybe starting to fine tune what you do want to believe, and then allowing yourself to hold yourself in that space consciously. All right, let's keep going. And this is what you're not seeing. So I want to see, so this little, the symbol of the three that is the architect, it kind of looks like an arrow, and I'm seeing this again here as another arrow. And so what I'm hearing is focus is everything right now. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the wounds? Are you focusing on the old beliefs? Are you focusing on what you don't want? Are you focusing on the problem? And to refocus into what you're becoming. So meaning you're having your experience of whatever this is, but there's always another experience that's happening. And this card is saying focus on the possibilities, not in what you're like, whatever the experience is. And we're talking like experiences that are holding you back. If you're focusing on an experience that's propelling you forward, that's a little bit different, but that's not what this card is talking about. It's saying get out of your head, get out of the old beliefs, get out of the fears, and start focusing on the possibilities, because in the possibilities are solutions and momentum and the answers, the guidance, all of those beautiful things. Okay, and by focusing on the possibilities is when you start to see the illusion of what you are believing, and that you're seeing it from a place of a higher perspective. So it's not gripping you as hard. You know it's there. It may be kind of, the mini me may be in the back seat, but you're very focused on the possibilities, because you're starting to realize that in the possibilities is where the magic happens, right? We can't create something new from the state of consciousness that created what we're trying to move out of. That's what this is saying, is be aware. Are you repeating something new from the same state of consciousness that you're in? Because you're going to end up getting more of what you want. Focus on the possibilities. Allow yourself to move beyond what you know and let it unfold, so that you can start to move your consciousness into a space you haven't experienced yet. And that is going to allow you to break out of the illusions, out of the old, and really start to bring in. Now, if we're going to go back to the abundance, it's like you cannot create more money when you're focused through this, when your focus is on the same state of consciousness that created your belief systems around money. Let all that go, and the question would be, what is it really? Like, what is it to hold my consciousness in the frequency of source in relation to money? What is wealth consciousness at the frequency of 963, or source intelligence? And asking that question is everything, because the answer comes. And the answer here is the 11, and this is the mastery level of the 11. It's when you start to ask that question, a frequency turns on in your body, and it starts to attune your consciousness to that higher frequency, to where you start to have thoughts outside of the consciousness that you're holding now. That is the co-creation space, is that you ask the question, let the frequency turn on, and then focus on what is within that frequency, because that frequency has an intelligence. And then you start to have new thought. You start to have new ideas. You start to see things differently. Such a beautiful reading. So, with this, and for some of you, it may not be money and you're not resonating with this. So, pick the thing in your life that maybe you are just ready to shift out of the belief that it's holding for you. If this is about money, then keep riding the wave, because there is an intelligence that's turning on in you, and it's going to be amplified as we move into this eclipse. So, what part of me is experiencing abundance, wealth, expansion from your programmed wounds? And what part of me is ready to let that go and step into a space of the unknown, so that I can actually attune my consciousness to a space that's outside my understanding right now? And the willingness to have the say yes to that is what the co creation space is. When we move into possibility, you're getting the 22, which is so beautiful. It's master creation. So when you start to ask the question and you allow yourself to hold your consciousness outside of your belief systems, you start to have new ideas and new thought. And what's supporting that is the mastery level of creation. You are the creator and the creation at the same time, meaning you're able to create something outside of your programming. And you're given the guidance to do so. It's a lot easier to be in creation with source intelligence when we have that listen and do through the intelligence. So you're listening to the guidance and then you go do the guidance. You're listening and then you go do. So the 7 with the 22 is such a beautiful energy, because it is giving you direct guidance in what is being created. And in being in creation of something outside of our programming. So, what this would look like in real life is, let's say you're going to, well, hmm, let's say you're going to create a course, and you're going to create a course around hypnosis. So, one way is that you would go in and you would study how other people are teaching hypnosis, and you would take some of their material, rearrange it, make your own, and then you would have a course. And so that would be one way. And then what this is saying is the advanced way, or the mastery way, would be like, okay, I'm going to learn a little bit about hypnosis, but then I'm going to step back and I'm going to ask, you know what? Source, what is hypnosis really? Like, how can we ascend this to be in a frequency that hasn't been taught before? How can I up level what it is to teach hypnosis? And then all of a sudden you start getting answers. And then you start to write it down and structure it and put all these ideas together. And then all of a sudden you have a mastermind of what hypnosis is outside of what's been created. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, you're getting another 8. So you're ending with the mastery level of abundance. Okay, so we're leading up to the eclipse. We're letting go of our wounds. We're letting go that I have to I have to connect my wounds to what is being created. No, no more. It's time to let the wounds go. Focus on the possibilities. Connect to the source intelligence within those possibilities. Allow yourself to have new thought so that guidance can come in, so that you can create something brand new that's going to bring in abundance beyond your wildest dreams. You are shifting your relationship to abundance. And this is literally a map of how to do that. I'm leaving it at that, because I don't think you can get any more clear about what this reading is about. Amazing. So let's go ahead and code you. So placing your hands on your heart. Taking in a deep breath, if you want to breathe in that white blue light and allowing it to trace along the brain, down through the spine and out through the mouth. Beautiful. And then we'll activate every cell of your body to the frequencies held in the codes 3, 11, 9, 1, 7, 5. Feeling those frequencies as they activate within your body. Feeling the frequency of your body raise. Allowing this beautiful mapping system, activating abundance, your mindset around abundance, downloading clear guidance, new thought, so that you can step into mastery of creation. All right, my beautiful Scorpios, I'm excited. Let me know what this is about. Bring this energy into the eclipse, and we will see you all very soon. I'm sending you so much love and a great big hug.